Kids who lived through the COVID-19 pandemic are having a very strong reaction to news of the Ebola outbreak on the heels of the recent Hantavirus outbreak. Dr. David Bronstein is an infectious disease specialist at Kaiser Permanente, Antelope Valley. You're here this morning with how we adults can help these kiddos, because this is a real thing. I see it even in my household. You see these new viruses come up. Of course, there are headlines. You hear, about 130 plus deaths with this Ebola outbreak. How do we talk to kids about what's going on without scaring them when we ourselves may be a little nervous about this?
Yeah, no, and thank you. Thanks for having me here. Most important thing is that we ourselves stay calm first.
Okay.
The adults, we need to stay calm. We need to really understand, is there something we need to worry about or not? Because kids can feel our anxiety. They
Yes.
feed off of that. And so if we're worried, if we're scared, if we're keeping them home from school, and believe it or not, I've seen a lot of posts and other things with people saying, let's keep our kids home from school because of these outbreaks. If that's what we're doing, of course they're going to feed off of that. Not to mention, they're going to see things on social media. And even if our kids aren't on social media, their classmates may be. And so you hear people talking about, is this COVID 2.0? And so really understanding what the risks are and talking with the kids and asking them, what have you heard? What are you worried about? And really understanding what their concerns are.
And we had this conversation in my household because, as you're describing, my stepson is not on social media, but some friends at school are, and there were memes being shared with the Hantavirus, and now they're talking about Ebola virus and what's transpiring. And it's kind of difficult to really meet them a little bit where they're at, because they were impacted so much by the COVID pandemic, maybe even much more than we were as adults. So how do you meet them where they're at and understand that this is a real fear for them?
Absolutely. It's tremendously important to validate their feelings. They did have to deal with COVID. They remember that. There was an unfamiliar pathogen, which led to life-altering disruptions in their lives. And that's rough. And so, of course, in their minds, they're thinking, oh boy, here we go again, because that's kind of all they know. And so very important to talk with them, understand what their concerns are, let them know that, of course, you're worried, but then being able to reassure them and let them know why this is different.
Sometimes can you see that there are other concerns going on and it's just manifesting with these viruses?
Absolutely, absolutely.
What do you see in your practice?
Yeah, so no, I think a lot of kids are anxious anyways. Coming out of COVID, so much anxiety. The number of kids that I'm personally referring for behavioral health services because of anxiety that can be crippling has really gone up since the pandemic, for sure.
So parents need to know that this is also somewhat normal conversation to be having right now.
Absolutely.
So there's a lot of misinformation about these viruses. As you said, social media, I think that plays into adult anxiety as you're doom scrolling on there and you see some of this stuff. Can you give us the actual facts of what we should be concerned about or not concerned about when it comes to both Hantavirus and Ebola?
Absolutely. So for both of them, the most important thing to understand is they're both very rare, and neither one spreads easily. I know it feels like that, especially in Africa right now and while they're sorting this out, but both of these viruses do not spread easily. For Hantavirus, yes, the cruise ship outbreak did have a version of the Hantavirus that was spread person to person, but it takes very close contact. You look, there were 149 people on that cruise ship, only 11 people showed signs of infection. And so that's not like a COVID where that whole cruise ship would have been sick if this was COVID times. For Ebola, it's very clear how it spread. It's spread by contact with bodily fluids. And once they figured out, this is a strain of Ebola, and they started testing for the specific one that was responsible here, now at least they know what's going on, where it's coming from, and how to prevent it with personal protective equipment, being very careful, making sure you're burying the bodies correctly. There's ways of calming down these outbreaks, and there have been so many outbreaks before that really haven't spread other than some regional spread. These aren't things that get on a plane and come to the US, especially now with travel bans and such too, just to err on the side of caution. And so both of these are very rare. They don't spread easily. They're not in the air. They're not in the atmosphere. They're very avoidable as long as you understand what to do.
Well, thank you for calming my fears, and thank you for allowing parents to go home and talk to their kids about the potential anxiety there too. Thanks so much for being with us today. We really appreciate it.